Rhoda, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on the 911 because I already made a video on that. So I'm going to straight down to what women need. So the first thing we saw is that we need you to adopt and move along with us. The second thing I'll say, women need you to know that both of you are breadwinners. And sometimes you may find that when the kind of jobs guys you do, so long as you bring a check in the house, both of you are breadwinners. You contribute to the family. And for that case, the woman and the man, they need to understand so that you don't belittle and see this woman the way you used to see him, depending on you in Africa or in Africa. But you need to regard her as a breadwinner too to the family. And for that reason, this is going to change roles. Roles are going to change. In that when you are in the house, you are off in the house, there are jobs that are changed in the house. You can't wait for a woman who is gone for a 12-hour shift all day long to come and find you seated in the house. You can't even cook for yourself, or what you are asking is like, what are we going to eat today? So it sounds funny, but it happens. So a woman wants you, so long as you help one another, understand you are both of you breadwinners, and whatever jobs in the house, be flexible to help, to support. So when she comes home, say, welcome home. If she's at work, a woman expects you to call, hi, sweetie, how are you? How is work? So that he knows you are thinking about her. You don't go the whole day without even knowing what is happening. And when she's coming home, you need the same time he says, welcome home. How was your job? Welcome home. Thank you. I don't know what I could have done without you. A woman feels good, and that one keeps her to wake up in the morning and go. Other than, and when he comes home, you have cooked, or are you on the way? What can I do so that when you come, food is ready? Or I put water to be boiling. Where are you? What time are you coming home? Something like that, small things. So women need men to understand that the jobs have changed. By helping at home does not make you weak, but it makes you supportive to your family.
Okay.
So that is what women need. Another thing women need is that women need that attention. Attention in the sense that they recognize their presence at home. There are some men who like beating and demeaning their wives. They are used to that. You demean, sometimes you slap on the move. You talk down upon your wife at home. Women don't want that. Their heart is paining. Their heart pains when you treat them like a baby. So treat them as a mate. Treat these wives as your co-partner in this journey. When even the kids see this, they will appreciate you as a family. This will bring respect to you too. So the Bible says, husbands, love your wives, and the wives respect your husbands. So please, when we are in this, women need attention to be loved. Oh, my queen, be proud of them. Brag about them wherever you are. It's gonna be good.
Now, I want to ask you about attention. And, you know, as you say that men take a long time to adapt, and that's true, because men move from they have what we call a culture of country of origin, and then they adapt to a new culture of country of residence. Now, there is a conflict between these two. When you can understand that in Africa, men, if by any chance you are found doing those women chores, you would become a laughing stock even of a community back in Africa. So that when they come here, to change is hard. Can you give any tips how money can change? Because you agree that is not easy to adapt. How would they agree that now? Because they would be thinking somebody is going to see me washing dishes.
Okay. What I can say, men, understand here in America, we don't have maids, housemaids.
Mm.
We are two of us. We don't have housemaid, period. So in this case, we are two of us together, and both of us go to work. So you have to understand that. So if we go to work, we are two of us, and there's nobody who is going to see you that you are doing this and this. It is us now to come as mates and work together. In Africa, you have a mate, you have supportive people who can come and support. In this context, we are only two of us in a new land. And for that case, we need to support one another, wash dishes, do this, but not all jobs that can work, but you just help, show a hand, at least do something. Like I said, your wife is working 24/7, then he's coming home 12 hours if you are there. Just use common sense as a human being. I know this woman will feel good if I put just a warm water for her. If I can just push this, or I can help the kids with assignment or do something other than everything, mom. So that's what I mean.
Thank you very much. Ayako, you have something to say about to respond?
Yeah, you know, you have nothing to do other than just admire Lorna. So the way she has a lot of conviction on what she's saying, but I want to tell Rhoda this. What makes a woman happier? You know, we are talking about sexes, a man and a woman. There is this saying in the community that what a man can do, a woman can do, which I don't agree at all, because I'm sure we are different, even anatomically and physically we look different. Look at you, you have a beard.
Yeah.
Lorna has a baby face. She doesn't have a beard. So there's no way she can grow. There is no way Lorna can grow a better beard than yours. And I know they have other explanations to that. But what I'm saying is this. Lorna, if you want me to make you my queen and treat you as a queen, you have to treat me as a king. There is no queen without a king. I have to be a king first before you become a queen. So let's start from the top, from the king, then a queen, then a prince and a princess, then the workers, right?
Okay.
Now, they always focus on how they want to be treated as a queen, but that's a second layer. Let's focus on the first layer. How should you treat a king for you to become a queen? I agree. We live in the USA. We don't have maids here. We need to do dishes and all those things. But let me tell you this as Ayaka Bonyambu. There is no way I am going to do things that when I see Josh coming to my house, I'll feel shy to do. That's pretending. That's hypocrisy. I will do what I will do no matter who comes to my house. If I am uncomfortable doing it when I'm alone, I'll not do it, even when there are people. If I'm uncomfortable doing it when Oman is looking at me, I'll not do it even when I'm alone. If as a man, if I and look, these things, Rhoda, it's not just women who work in this country. There are women that's been going around so long. Women have been going around so long, making it look like they're the only ones who do difficult jobs. We also do difficult. Actually, we are the ones who get killed in this country. When your husband drives out to work and you drive off to work, there is a chance that your husband will die and you are not going to die. We carry a bigger premium than you do. Let me tell you, in my yard right now, I have a backyard, okay? I woke up in the morning, before we started this video, I mowed the yard. I have never asked my wife to help me mow the yard because we are in America now and we are equal, hello?
That's okay.
I have never told my wife to change my car tires because we are in America, okay? I have never told her to lift heavy things in the house because we are in America. Those are a men's jobs. As much as you want me to cook for you, I'll do that. You also cook for me when you are supposed to cook for me. You talked about the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. The Bible clear. And no, if we are Christians, let it be Christians to the letter. Let us not use what befits us. And that which makes us uncomfortable. The Bible says, women, obey your husbands. What does obey mean? You have to do what your husband tells you to do. So I'm telling you, That's what obedience means. All we are supposed to do as men, according to the Bible, is to love you.
Okay.
We are not supposed to obey women, Dr. Mandy.
Okay, let her respond first before she forgets.
We don't obey them. But our women now in this country want us to obey them. And that's where the problem comes from. We don't obey women, we love them.
Okay, thank you. Rhoda.
That's good. Thank you so much. What I'm saying here is that change of roles, the way I said, there are men's work and there's this kind of adjusting. But for example, what I could say there, the way he said, it becomes something so sad. A wife doesn't know, like me, I don't know how to change tires the way you say. That's your job, that's okay.
I want you to know.
When you do your job, when you do a man's job, that is fine. It will reflect how I would respect you like a king. When I do also my job, it will also reflect how you respect me as a queen. What I'm saying is here, there's some emergencies. For example, somebody is working and there's something you can help, not by force, but you just use it because you love somebody. If you are capable of doing that thing, you just go ahead and do it. That's what I mean. Not comparison, but because you love somebody and you understand it, being humane, that this person must have been tired. If this I can do it, I can do it. You don't need to be forced to do it, but do it because you love somebody, and by doing it, you have helped him. Not that. Where the problem comes is when you have helped somebody, and then as a women with our mouth, you come and find your husband is with visitors at sitting at the sitting room. Then you start asking, hey, what happened, no man? You have not cooked up to now? That is ego. You understand? So our ladies need to understand our men have ego. It's so sad to embarrass somebody in front of visitors or in front of the parents. So we need to know that they are doing this. It is not their thing. They are doing it because they love to help you, but it's not their thing. So communication and respect. The way you will need to be treated or to us, don't make it as a routine. And especially when somebody helped you, it means you need the way you said you
alliances
down upon somebody. So respect remains respect. That's your king.
Brother, I agree with you on those things. The problem comes when you people make it a requirement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear you.
That's what
you don't require me to cook. I do it because I can do it. I help.
Yeah, I help.
I'm not required to do it. But you know, if you look around our community in the US, especially among families that are breaking up, and I want you to help us understand this problem. When we come from Africa and the man gets here, we come with that African mentality, the African culture. Usually the man gets the job first and the woman is okay. Let him go get the job first, is the man. He'll take care of us. Then I can go next. But as soon as the woman starts getting the money and it discovers that she's making as much money as the man or even more, and it's even worse when the woman goes to school. God bless you, you are a nurse and you are still staying with Mr. Moronge. You are a good example. Especially when a woman goes to college ahead of the man or does better training than the man and starts making more money, then problems start. Why do you always want equality when you don't have the money? But as soon as you get the money, you want us to sit under you and take directions from you. You turn everything on our head. And when we resist, listen, and when we try to rebel, then we are divorced, then there are police coming, then there's all this. It is the woman who change. We don't change. We have kept to our role as the men, as the leaders. I want you to acknowledge the fact that in every family setup, the man is the leader. Once we agree on that, then everything else is easy to fall into place. But there is a debate among African immigrants right now that money determines who is the leader. So that's why you see a lot of women running to school, and when the paycheck starts coming, now the man should keep quiet, shut up, and listen and obey. It doesn't work like that.
Okay. Now, okay. Laura, you wanted to respond before I comment.
Yeah, I will respond. It's okay. That is called misuse of women empowerment. And this is, we are wired differently. I always call upon my fellow women that we are wired differently, so that because somebody has found freedom or has seen money, and you convert this money in terms of shillings, you know, not in terms of dollars. So you say, I'm a millionaire, a billionaire. Let me call upon this, that money in marriage is nothing. So the most important thing is to respect one another and not to be greedy. When you become greedy, then you spoil your relationship. But when you come that money is nothing, but it helps us to improve our standard of life, that will make us to live happily. So what I can say is a misinterpretation of empowerment. When you walk out there, when you go to school to better your future or your standard of life. But both men and women, by the time you enter the door, just leave your titles outside the door and come home as a wife, come home as a husband. So if we have that mentality of leaving our title outside, even the president, come home, don't be a boss in your own house. You come home as a husband, you come home as a wife, then your titles live out there. Then you cater for one another. So the most important thing is don't misuse your empowerment, but leave your titles out there. Use the money to enhance you to another level. For money cannot buy love. Money cannot buy. It's not a measure of respecting one another in the house.
Okay. Yeah, something I wanted to comment, Ms. Ayaka, you talked about nurses. Please, we are trying to have a stereotype here. Nurses are very wonderful people. And note that a wife who's a nurse is disrespectful to the husband. Like now, nurses are the frontline workers for COVID-19. We really appreciate them, that some of them are undergoing through a lot of stress. But sometimes I say the problem is the way we perceive the problem. Sometimes there's no problem because a woman could mean well, a wife could mean well. With that man ego, they feel that it's because he's now earning more money. I know many people, and even those women, if you ask them, they would have not wanted to become nurses. Rather here, as she said, she was working with Maendeleo ya Wanawake. She could have wanted to go here, but here she found there were so many obstacles. So the only, maybe the best route was to be a nurse. So even those people, some of them have gone to, they are very great people who are career women, but they had to change because of circumstances. So even as, I think men also, they perceive anything wrong. It is because of this. It is because of this. Men also need to understand that you should not base that your wife said this because he's earning more money. Men also need to change. We need to reprogram.
Like that, I'm not going to defend men, but I'm going to lay facts. Okay? And I'm not really biased against nurses, as it were. You might get me wrong. There's a nurse sitting here, a very respectable woman with a husband. She has not divorced him. We all know that. So we cannot say that nurses are bad, but there is what is called correlation. Correlation is when some things are consistently associated with something. Daktari, if you walk into a room today and the room smells like a skunk and I'm the only one sitting there, you might want to think I did something. If you come the next day and then I'm the only one and again it smells like skunk, you will conclude that this guy probably doesn't take a shower or there's something wrong with him. And that's not a stereotype. Let me tell you this. all the marital problems that we deal with out here, not all of them, let's say 80%, start always when the woman starts to make the money. I want you to get where I'm coming from. When we were in Africa, when I was the only one making money, yes, we had problems, but our marriage never broke. But as soon as you moved up to where I am or even bypassed me, then we are going to divorce court. Then I'm being arrested. So I am associating these problems we are focusing right now with the economic empowerment of our women. And as Rhoda said, some of our women have freedom now, but really don't know how to use it. They are using their freedom to break our families. Our men, as much as we might call them lazy or anything, these freedoms women are enjoying here, we had it in Africa, but we never used it to break our families. We used it to build our families. That's the difference. Now, nurses. Nursing is a very popular career among Kenyan immigrants, Nigerian, and almost all Africans because it's quick to finish and it hires people very quickly. You are almost assured. You know, African immigrants don't want to buy a t-shirt.
Summarize. Our time is actually running out, so let's summarize.
So you will find that most people who are having these marital problems and divorcing their wives and moving around and doing all these things that I talk about on social media, most of them are nurses. So there is that correlation. So it is the nurses who should come out and prove us wrong by behaving properly in the public. It is not me. I am just an observer.
Okay, thank you. Rhoda, you want to say something? Our time is...
Yeah, let me summarize that. It's good you are talking about nurses. Actually, most of us, we are nurses because even men, they work on medical field. So we are still, that's the only job there we do because there's no, you are assured to get that job. But let us not misuse that. I say leave your titles at the door, live in as a husband. The last thing I will say women need, they need to chill out. They need vacations. They need to have freedom of the money they make. Some men become so rigid that they want to know every penny, how every penny is spent, and yet we are working. This becomes so, then unajua mtu akipata, maskini akipata, matako ulia mbwata. Kwa hivyo, you start making us smart so that we know what to do. So for that case, what I'm saying, men relax. We need attention. Use this money to go out sometime. Make your wife look beautiful. When your wife gets beautiful, you ask, where are you going? What are you doing? You are very rigid. So accept them. We need to look good. We need attention. At least once tell your wife you are looking good. Have attention means you adore them, and then when you go there, what you do best, do it good so that they know. Don't just be there, know how to do that stuff good, and we will be good to go.
Okay, we will stop here. I think it's a very interesting topic.
Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, please. Can I?
Okay.
Rhoda, we also need attention. It's not just you. We also need attention. The last thing, it doesn't matter what you do, Dr. Mandy. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter what kind of education you have. If your education is not contributing to the well-being of the community you live in, it is a useless education.
Yes.
If you are a nurse and making tons of money, but making your children to become orphans and divorcing everywhere, you are as good as a dead dog.
Yes.
We don't care about your nursing, we don't care about your education.
Yes.
We want our educated men and women to be the pillars of this community, so we do not end up where African Americans are right now.
Okay, thank you very much. We will have next time.
Thank you.